Hi, and welcome to your weekly juice. I'm Louisa Jewell, author of Wire Your Brain for Confidence, The Science of Conquering Self-Doubt. And today I want to talk about a resilience tool that can be so powerful when you are so disappointed about something not happening in your life, or you've just suffered a tremendous loss in your life. And that is the tool of acceptance. So, acceptance can sometimes be the most difficult resilience tool because sometimes things are so devastating for us, it's very hard for us to accept that this thing has happened to us. So, I remember many years ago being very disappointed and upset that something had happened, and I really didn't want it to happen, and yet to me it was a closed door. And I sat in front of that closed door for years, banging on that door, wishing that it hadn't happened, yelling, being mad about it, ruminating about it, thinking about it all the time. And yet that door remained solidly shut for me. And what was happening was I was ignoring all the other wonderful, beautiful things in my life as a result. And it wasn't until I turned to the open doors and windows that I realized, oh my gosh, I'm missing out on my whole life because I'm so stuck and angry with this thing that I lost. And once I was able to just accept that this was my life, I was able to enjoy all the other amazing things in my life. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this today in my weekly juice is because I had a woman who reached out to me, and she said, Louisa, I watch your weekly juices, and I want to tell you that I suffered through many miscarriages. And after many years, I realized I was not going to have a child. I was not going to have my naturally born child. And she said, I was so depressed and despondent for so long over this. And it wasn't until I finally accepted that I was not going to be a mother of a naturally born child that I was able to move on, that I was able to turn and see other things in my life and be joyful and happy again. So if there is something in your life that is devastating, you may be very sad or angry right now. And if you can turn to the power of acceptance, it can be such an amazing thing in your life. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to be sad, especially if you've lost a loved one or something that you've really wanted your whole life just was not coming true. You might still be sad. But if you can turn your focus from that closed door and keep your eyes focused on the open doors for you of all the incredible things that are in your life, things you can be grateful for, other things in your life, then the more you can be happy and find that joy, that everyday joy. I know for me, when my husband left after 19 years, I was devastated. And I decided I was just going to accept that that was my life. And it was very sad, but I wasn't mad. With acceptance, I was able to continue to flourish. And again, I for an hour every day would cry every day. I was sad over this thing. But having that acceptance allowed me not to be angry about it every day and to move on. And now, 3.5 years later, I still have a good relationship with my ex-husband. We're no longer together, but life is great again and life is wonderful. And there was something about it that I knew when I was going through it that I just accepted and said, if this is happening to me, it's happening to me because there's something better in my life that needs to come along for me. And I just accepted that this was my life. The other thing is that oftentimes we accept all the good things in our lives, but we don't want to accept the bad things. And life brings us good things, life brings us bad things, and we can all learn from every experience. We can become richer, we can become different people, we can become more compassionate people if we can accept the good and the bad in our lives. So I hope this tip was helpful. If it was, please share it with your friends. And for more tips and strategies on how to boost your confidence and courage, I encourage you to go to my website, louisajewel.com, and sign up for my newsletter. And I will see you next week on my weekly juice. In the meantime, go kick some butt. All right. See you next time, everyone.